Have you noticed how the concept of airplanes has changed in recent decades? Earlier, the emphasis was put on speed and size, but today, aircraft that are able to generate their own energy from solar panels and recycle flight waste into useful resources are entering the arena. From monumental airships carrying thousands of passengers in the comfort of unprecedented luxury to ultralight and maneuverable vehicles that are designed for individual travel through the sky. Today, you can witness how the heavens will look very soon. It's time to meet the midnight 5-seat eVTOL that will turn your daily routine into an episode of a science fiction series. Just think about it. You can fly from San Francisco to Los Angeles in the time it takes to watch a couple of episodes of Friends. All thanks to its impressive 400-mile-per-hour reserve on a single charge and speeds of up to 240 miles per hour. Is there any bonus? Inside, there is silence, like in a library, even when at maximum speed, thanks to the active noise reduction system. If you get tired of looking through the panoramic windows as the world flashes by, just switch to manual control mode. By doing this, you can let the passengers feel like they're in a spaceship. This is the StratLaunch Rock, an aerospace giant with a 385-foot wingspan that not only impresses with its size, but also with the power of 6 turbojet engines. Do you know that this cool aerospace giant can launch satellites directly into the stratosphere? Imagine no longer having to wait for ideal weather conditions on Earth to send satellites into orbit. StratLaunch Rock does this on the fly, bypassing standard rocket launches like a professional parkour fan overcomes obstacles. The appearance of the rock will also not leave anyone indifferent. The double fuselage and wings, like from a space opera, make you literally freeze in admiration. How do you like this revolutionary view of urban mobility? Here is a 5-seat electric beast that can take off and land vertically thanks to 36 electric jet engines skillfully integrated into its wings. The Lilium Jet really impresses with its efficiency. When fully charged, it can travel up to 300 kilometers, reaching a maximum speed of up to 300 kilometers per hour. In addition, the Lilium Jet sets a high bar for environmental friendliness. A fully electric motor is not only quiet, but also does not emit carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. The appearance is also amazing. Its modern and minimalistic design is made not just for beauty, but also to improve aerodynamic qualities. Now take a look at the plane by Otis Aviation, which makes regional flights as easy as drinking coffee in a cozy cafe. Thanks to its unique rotary wing design, it combines the best of the worlds of airplanes and helicopters. This is not just a flight, but a VIP trip in the clouds. In addition, Otis puts environmental friendliness first.
To be honest, I'm speechless after witnessing it. What about you?
The Hawker Siddeley HS-141 looks like a mythical beast of the British aviation of the 1960s, which never went hunting. Can you imagine an airplane that could take off and land on a patch of land? It's the perfect solution for jungles or small islands. With wings covered with special fans, the HS-141 could create airflow with the force of a hurricane, lifting the plane like a magic carpet. This project promised a revolution in STOL technologies, but remained on paper due to financial difficulties and changing priorities in the industry. Can you imagine an airplane that is not just big, but such that even an Airbus A380 looks like a toy next to it? Lockheed's is not a joke, but a real flying giant capable of transporting everything from satellites to construction cranes to anywhere in the world. Now forget about traffic jams, because the Pulse concept will take you to a world where ground-to-air movement becomes a reality. While being compact like a sports car and smart like your smartphone, this aircraft is equipped with a vertical takeoff and landing system so that roads can no longer limit your dreams. With 4 powerful electric motors, the Pulse can reach speeds of up to 250 kilometers per hour, and its flight range reaches 400 kilometers on a single charge, making it an ideal vehicle for urban travel and short outings. Despite its size, it is surprisingly spacious inside and equipped with all the amenities that can only be expected from a modern means of transportation. You need to be ready to become an Instagram celebrity because every takeoff on Pulse will collect likes and admiring glances. I can say with confidence that Volocopter is a true pioneer in the world of urban air mobility. Compact, quiet, and eco-friendly, this aircraft is equipped with a variety of independently operating rotors, which greatly increases its safety. Pure electric propulsion is used for propulsion, which allows the Volocopter to fly without CO2 emissions. Its design is focused on convenience and accessibility, with the possibility of transporting up to 2 passengers and a small amount of luggage. The maximum speed reaches 110 kilometers per hour, and the flight range is about 35 kilometers. However, like any new technology, Volocopter is only suitable for short runs and requires further infrastructure for charging stations and helicopter ports. Yet its potential in urban mobility is huge.
What a twist! Haven't you expected to see this either, have you?
Meet VTOL Xplane, the future hero of heaven, who will have the ability to take off and land vertically. It looks like a helicopter and an airplane decided to create a superhero. It really shows us how it will be possible to overcome gravity without acceleration very soon. VTOL is ideal for military personnel who are tired of wasting time on the runways and rescuers who need to get where they're waiting quickly. According to the project, the device will have many small engines skillfully distributed over the wings, which makes it as manageable as possible. Of course, it is now in the process of being improved, as engineers are still struggling with puzzles such as noise, efficiency, and fuel economy. But the future clearly promises to be exciting. Do you remember those days when everyone dreamed of flying faster than sound, but without all the noise that is usually associated with it? So, the Boeing Sonic Cruiser was the one who promised to revolutionize aviation by speeding up travel but remaining on the side of silence. While being stylish with sweeping lines and a design that simply screamed about speed, it was supposed to reduce flight time by 15 to 20% without turning into a supersonic noise. But as is often the case with great plans, reality intervened. The launch of the Boeing Sonic Cruiser turned out to be too expensive, but you know what? Looking at its charm and great potential to make our travels faster and more comfortable, we can still hope that the project will come true in the near future. Whatever you say, the Icon A5 is like a sports car among airplanes. Compact, stylish, and ready to take off wherever you want. Can you imagine that you can fold the wings of this 2-seater convertible from heaven like a butterfly and park it in the garage next to the car? Yeah, that's right. With a weight of 650 kilograms and a flight range of about 800 kilometers, the Icon A5 is ideal for those who want to escape from the hustle and bustle of the city and fully enjoy the freedom of the sky. Yes, with its 100 horsepower Rotax 912 IS engine, it does not require an airfield. You can take off from any suitable reservoir or small strip. Of course, like any elite gadget, the Icon A5 requires some skills, so flight school should be the next destination after purchase. The Suco KR 860 is a giant aircraft that makes you think, will it fit into an ordinary hangar, or will you have to build a new one? The project of the Russian company Sukhoi represents one of the most ambitious plans in the world of aviation. But the idea of what the aviation of the future might look like due to such projects remains with us, fueling the imaginations and ambitions of engineers. The Lockheed L500 was not just an airplane, but a giant among real giants, a civilian counterpart to the military G5 Galaxy designed to lift anything into the air, from cars to missiles. Whatever you say, with the ability to transport up to 122 tons of cargo over a distance of up to 4,800 kilometers, this impressive aircraft promised to become the king of logistics. But as often happens with kings, the throne was left empty. The market was not ready for such a scale in the 1970s, and the L500 never entered its royal orbit. It has remained in history as a reminder that even large-scale ideas need the right time to take off. Meet the Volar Antelope. This is not just a flying car, but a real symbol of freedom of movement. With such a name that reminds you of a light beast and folding wings, this concept promises to jump over your head and traffic jams too. Capable of instantly switching between road mode and flight, Antelope gives its owner the magical ability to bypass earthly obstacles. So far, it's still at the dream stage, but its potential makes you think. Isn't tomorrow already here? After all, in the world of Volar Antelope, the road from point A to point B can go right through the clouds. Speaking of the future, we can safely say that it is just around the corner. The Aerocon Dash 1.6 wing ship is a new generation airplane that promises to pave the way over the waves as easily as a dolphin. Combining the features of an airplane and a ship, such an aircraft uses the effects of a ground layer to glide over water at speeds of up to 250 kilometers per hour. In fact, it's like a racing car, only without noise and dust. Admit it, would you buy one for yourself when it goes into mass production? The Boeing 747X was conceived as a super version of the already grandiose 747 and really wanted to become a real star of heaven with wings wider than anyone on the planet and engines more powerful than two dragons in rage mode. The plane promised to carry passengers with such comfort that even the longest flights would seem to be just a moment. Take a look at this giant of the aviation industry for yourself. Unfortunately, like many other brilliant ideas, the Boeing 747X remained on the sidelines of aviation design, never embodied in metal. But do not rush to get upset, because maybe everything is still ahead. Anyway, the Eang 184 is not just some kind of drone, but your personal mini helicopter, which will easily realize all your dreams of your own flying transport. Can you imagine that you can get into a comfortable cabin, press a couple of buttons on the control panel, and now you're hovering above the ground, bypassing traffic jams and the hustle and bustle of city streets? Impressive, isn't it? In fact, we have a new generation air taxi in front of us, capable of transporting one passenger over a distance of up to 30 kilometers at a speed of about 100 kilometers per hour. The device is equipped with 8 rotors located on 4 arms, which ensures special stability and flight safety. The entire control process is fully automated, so you don't have to worry about piloting difficulties. The drone knows where and how to fly, but despite the advantages, the Eang 184 has limitations in range and payload, and it is still awaiting widespread recognition and regulatory approval in many countries. Are you ready to meet Solar Stratos, a solar plane that aims for the stars without leaving a carbon footprint? The fact is that this environmentally friendly pioneer conquers the stratosphere at an altitude of up to 25,000 meters and is driven purely by the power of the sun. Its wings, studded with photovoltaic panels, do not just catch the rays, they work at full capacity so that each sunbeam turns into meters of takeoff. Designed for 2 people, it not only opens up new horizons in the exploration of the upper atmosphere, but also provides that the future of aviation can be bright, and this is not a metaphor. So far, the Solar Stratos is not ready for commercial flights, but its flights are already inspiring environmental innovations. Meet the TU-160, nicknamed the White Swan for its grace and Blackjack for its ability to always keep the stakes high. By the way, this is not just an airplane, but the heaviest supersonic bomber that can fly faster than sound and deliver gifts over long distances. With wings changing shape depending on speed, this aircraft behaves like a magician using its speed and maneuverability. At the same time, it carries an arsenal on board from nuclear missiles to traditional bombs, which is a bit terrifying, but the aircraft is incredibly demanding for maintenance. However, do you know any real celebrity that doesn't need some attention? I'm sure that Vision VTOL will be happy to become your personal answer to city traffic jams, and all because this is a vehicle that promises to lift you above the ground and all road troubles. Thanks to the use of advanced aerodynamic technologies and lightweight composite materials, the Vision VTOL can reach speeds of up to 200 km per hour with a maximum flight range of about 400 kilometers. At the same time, it is eco-friendly because the engines are powered by batteries that can be charged like a smartphone by using the most ordinary outlet. Yet do not forget about weather restrictions because strong winds can make flying less comfortable and safe. However, the price is a bit high, so you need to start saving some money now or looking for a miracle. As you can guess, the AS2 is not just a private jet. It promises to be the first supersonic business jet that will reduce your flight time by almost half. It's like having your own time manipulator in a hangar. The metal bird is designed with 3 engines that not only provide power to reach a speed of 1,715 km per hour, but also precisely comply with the latest environmental standards. And yet, the AS2 offers smooth flight thanks to advanced aerodynamics and shockwave reduction technology. Of course, it's not easy to be a pioneer. The powerful AS2 faces a number of challenges, including the need to develop new materials and technologies to ensure safety and comfort at such speeds. Would you like to take a look at the Tupolev Tu-404? It looks like a mythical dragon of aviation, great in theory, but never seen in the sky. Its project was a dream of creating an aviation leviathan that can challenge the Airbus-type Boeing 747 and Airbus A380. It was planned that it would become a 2-deck monster with 6 engines and the ability to travel up to 15,000 kilometers without stopping. It would be a real movie hero in the world of airplanes who would fly from Sydney to Los Angeles without disturbing passengers with unnecessary landings. However, it has its Achilles heel. Huge costs and technical difficulties never allowed this project to become a reality. However, the idea was cool.
If you haven't liked this episode yet, now is the best time to do it.
So the Saab 1073 isn't about numbers, but a kind of prototype of the Saab 340 model, which later became the real star of regional flights. While being from cold Sweden and created in tandem with the American Fairchild aircraft in the 1980s, this aircraft was like the Volvo of the skies. It was reliable and economical, not for racing, but for perfect and safe air routes. With 2 turboprop engines and a cabin for 30 to 36 seats, the plane promised that even the shortest flights would not be like standing in traffic at an altitude of 10,000 meters. The Boeing J7 could have become a real rock star of aviation heaven because it promised to be economical, quiet, and simply astonishing. By using the prop fan technology, it promised to amaze the world by reducing fuel consumption by an impressive 60% in an era when oil was not getting cheaper. This was a real revolutionary maneuver. It seemed that the 180-seat capacity would make every flight a mini festival in the air. However, the very high development costs and the volatility of the economic trends of the 1980s forced Boeing to shelve the dream of the J7, focusing on more realistic projects. So who knows which planes will appear on the horizon in the near future? Maybe we'll see giant unmanned trucks transporting goods across oceans, or ultralight solar planes gliding between clouds without a drop of fuel. The main thing is that each new model should not only be high-tech, but also safe, opening up new opportunities for us to conquer the heavens. Can you imagine a world where the plane train takes its place in the aviation orbit? In this case, the skies would be covered with a network of airways, like streets in some futuristic metropolis. This hybrid of an airplane and a train does not just move between airports, it does so with the special elegance and speed of a spaceship. The construction of such routes, of course, will resemble the creation of a network between islands, where each island is an airport and bridges are routes for our Sky Express. Who knows, maybe very soon we'll all be looking up, dreaming about the next flight on our favorite air train. Terrafugia Transition, or as it's called, a transformer on wheels with wings, is a hybrid of a car and an airplane that literally allows you to fly above the ground. Are you jealous of birds? It's not worth it, because now you can join them. This model has folding wings that allow it to park safely in an ordinary garage and maneuver through city streets, but when rush hour comes, you just need to press a button and your four-wheeled friend will spread its wings and turn into a light-engine plane. With a flight range of up to 640 km per hour and a cruising speed of 160 km per hour, it makes a whole adventure out of an ordinary trip. At the same time, you will need both a driver's license and a pilot's license to control it, so you have to face some issues if you really want to fly.
And our episode has come to an end, and we hope that you enjoyed watching this video. We look forward to your questions and comments. Thank you for always being with us.